I know you guys were waiting for it because it means so much. NBA preseason kicked off last night. Hawks, they go down 122-113 in Houston. The new look Hawks with Luke Kennard and Kristaps Porzingis and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. They're all on the field and then on the basketball court. And then Jalen Johnson, after his injury last year, took him out. He looked pretty good. So it looks like some veterans. One of the things the Hawks are certainly different in is how they look. The average height of their starters in their team, 6 feet 8 inches, and that's even with a 6'1", 6'2" Trae Young out there on the floor. So they become a bigger team. They now have some professional shooters in Luke Kennard and a defensive player to go with Dyson Daniels. This might be a fun year if health provides that we've been looking for a long time.
So
with the
far,
Hawks.
same old, second most points given up so far this preseason.
Okay. Well,
oh my goodness.
The defense is going to always be a bit of a challenge.
I know, Kelly.
But, Quinn Snyder is not one that really loves to take questions about his starting lineup. So the one thing I think that will be interesting throughout the preseason is to kind of keep an eye on the starting five. Like he had Onyeka Okongwu coming off the bench last night.
Yeah.
But to your point, still one of the taller lineups we've seen from the Hawks in some time. And I mentioned it earlier. To me, the biggest thing about this season is like you're deciding now. This is the most talent they've put around Trae Young. Is this the guy they are going to build around and give a max deal to and then some this offseason? Or is he going to look to go elsewhere? Or how does this all play out when all is said and done? This is an important season. I think you're evaluating Quinn Snyder as well in this year. And
can you wait to the end? You don't wait to. When's he up for this thing?
Well, his contract, he can opt into his end of his contract at the end of the year, so he has an option. Trae Young holds all the cards.
Right.
He can opt in at the end or not opt in, opt out. And then that would be
a private matter needs to stay private.
Something to talk about around here. Or he could ball out. Maybe we're the third seed, top seed. We're rolling along. You get to February, get to the All-Star break right before
break him off
you give him a new contract.
All right.
Question is, he can't expect $65 million a season if it's the same old, same old. He just
That's
can't.
exactly right.
Even though
Not
he's
here.
Great
You
things.
can go somewhere else and get that.
Especially with the
I like Trae, but not for that money.
Yeah, he cannot, and they don't want to pay
and
him
if you make that,
if he's not showing marked improvement with the franchise.
Yeah, and if you make that decision at some point this season, then you are trying to figure out with everybody that you have how you're going to make this work next season without a full rebuild, full, all of those kinds of things. So that's where I think it'll be fascinating to watch how this unfolds.
Here, your deadline for the player option for next year is not until June 29th of next year. So he doesn't have to do anything.
No.
He holds the cards on the team. He could wait till June 29th. I think free agency starts like July 1st or 4th or whatever. He could literally on June 29th go, I'm out. And now what you going to do?
Can't take that risk, Finn. You cannot take the risk of him opting out. Then he can make more money with the Hawks. So the question is, what is the number the Hawks are willing to go to? If this thing looks like you have a nice 2 or 3 year window, keeping Trae Young around with major money, you won't be able to bring anybody else in. You saw what happened to the Boston Celtics. I mean, we got Kristaps Porzingis because they can't afford folks anymore.
Now, they also signed 2 guys to that deal. We don't have 2 guys. And they won an NBA title. So guess what? That trade-off of losing Kristaps Porzingis for an NBA title and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, fine. Derek White, they still have Derek White, but all those dudes could leave.